For over 4,500 years, the Pyramids of Giza have stood as the last remaining wonder of the ancient world. Millions of tourists visit them every year, marveling at their size, their precision, their impossible architecture. But what if everything we've been taught about these monuments is wrong? What if their true purpose isn't above ground at all, but hidden deep beneath the desert sands? Right now, beneath your feet as you watch this video, there may be tunnels leading to lost libraries, advanced technology from forgotten civilizations, even evidence of beings not entirely human.
I am struggling to express in words just how significant of a discovery this is. What has just been announced in relation to the pyramids at the Giza Plateau and the plateau itself is so incredible, so awe-inspiring and narrative-shattering that I have been sitting here for the last hour trying to wrap my head around the implications of what we were just told.
This isn't fantasy. This isn't conspiracy. This is science meeting legend in a way that could force us to rewrite every history book in existence. A team of Italian researchers led by Professor Corrado Malanga from the University of Pisa made an announcement that sent shockwaves through the archaeological community. Using an experimental technology called SR Doppler tomography, a method so advanced it doesn't just scan the Earth, but listens to its vibrations, they detected something that shouldn't exist. Beneath the Giza Plateau, their equipment revealed a vast, interconnected network of tunnels and chambers stretching more than 2,100 feet into the Earth.
The recent findings from deploying this technology are nothing short of mind-blowing, because what's been discovered is that there are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock, in fact over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep down. This is what we know so far. Utilizing high-resolution radar images from Capella Space and Umbra, which are 2 private companies that specialize in satellite-based synthetic aperture radar imaging. This has allowed researchers to create a 3D model of the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
To put that in perspective, that's deeper than the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, is tall. And these aren't natural formations. The scans show what appear to be spiral staircases, perfectly rectangular chambers, and passageways aligned with mathematical precision. But here's what will make your hair stand on end. This discovery perfectly matches ancient Egyptian texts that speak of the Dud, their underworld, a labyrinth of tunnels beneath Giza where souls were tested and knowledge was hidden. This isn't the first time someone has found evidence of these underground networks. In 2008, explorer and author Andrew Collins made headlines when he rediscovered what's now called the Tomb of the Birds, a massive cave system hidden beneath Giza's western cliffs. But this wasn't just some random hole in the ground. The entrance and main passage of this cave system point directly toward the second pyramid, the Pyramid of Khafre.
To go to somewhere incredibly important, not only to my own history, but to that of Egyptology as a whole. And that is the Tomb of the Birds, which is actually right over there, beyond the Great Pyramid, on the North Cliff at Giza. And this is the site of the entrance into Giza's lost cave system that we know now goes all the way to the second pyramid.
Even more astonishing? Satellite data from as far back as 2007 shows thermal anomalies suggesting these tunnels continue much further than anyone realized, heading straight for the pyramid's foundations. This aligns perfectly with 1970s research by the Stanford Research Institute, which used muon tomography, a way to see through solid rock, and found evidence of large, artificial chambers beneath Khafre's pyramid. The question is, why would the ancient Egyptians build something so elaborate underground, unless they were hiding something? Enter the Hall of Records, a legendary archive said to contain the lost wisdom of Atlantis, advanced technologies, even the secrets of creation itself. The famous psychic Edgar Cayce predicted its location in the 1930s, claiming it lay between the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid. But KC wasn't the first to speak of this. In the 14th century, Arab historian Al-Makrizi wrote of a king named Surid who ruled Egypt before the pharaohs. According to legend, Surid had a prophetic dream of a great flood and ordered the pyramids built not as tombs, but as arks of knowledge to preserve civilization's secrets. Even more compelling? The pyramid texts, the oldest religious writings in existence, speak of Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom, who was said to have buried the emerald tablet beneath his pyramid. This tablet supposedly held the keys to alchemy, immortality, and the very fabric of reality. Could this be what's hidden below Giza? Now we arrive at the most explosive possibility. What if these underground structures weren't built by the ancient Egyptians at all? What if they're remnants of an even older civilization, one that flourished at the end of the last ice age? Mainstream archaeology tells us that civilization began with Sumer around 4000 BC. But sites like Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, dated to 9600 BC, prove that advanced cultures existed thousands of years earlier. And here's the kicker. There's evidence that Göbekli Tepe and Giza were connected through a settlement called Heliopolis, just miles from the pyramids. Geologists have found water erosion patterns on the Sphinx that suggest it could be over 12,000 years old. If that's true, and if these underground chambers date to the same period, we're looking at proof of a global, pre-flood civilization, one that might have inspired the legends of Atlantis. With all this evidence, why hasn't there been a massive excavation? Why hasn't the world been shown these discoveries? The answer may lie in a combination of bureaucracy, dogma, and something more sinister. Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities tightly controls all research at Giza. Permits for underground exploration are notoriously difficult to obtain. Some researchers claim their findings have been suppressed. Others whisper about artifacts being removed from dig sites in the dead of night. In 2010, German archaeologists using ground-penetrating radar detected a hidden chamber beneath the Great Pyramid. They were abruptly shut down. But what are they afraid we'll find? The pieces are all here. The radar scans, the ancient texts, the aligned tunnels, the geological evidence. We stand on the brink of what could be the greatest archaeological discovery in human history, one that would force us to rewrite our entire understanding of the past. Maybe the Hall of Records is real. Maybe Atlantis wasn't just a myth. Maybe there were civilizations before us, advanced, enlightened, destroyed by some catastrophe, who left behind a message in these underground chambers. A message meant for us to find. What do you think? Is this the smoking gun that proves our history is far older and stranger than we've been told? Or is there another explanation? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to go deeper down this rabbit hole, check out the links in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because when they finally open those chambers, you'll want to be the first to know.